Okay, so I'm in the middle of building a garage. Well, this is gonna be a separate video, building the foundation and the garage itself, but this is just gonna be about the heating of the garage. So the plan to heat this winter time is extracting heat from the lake. That's the plan. So I think the correct name is the geothermal. So what I gotta do is, I got two separate hoses. Each hose is 400 meters. So in total, I gotta put 800 meters of hose into that lake. Yeah, so I'm pretty much made these so I can get the hose inside. Just get them through here. And the heat pump is gonna stand somewhere here in the garage. And that's going to heat up water for the floor heat, which is gonna heat the entire garage. So the biggest problem now is just getting the hose down to the lake. I don't really have any experience when it comes to this. So this is where the hose is going. Yeah, I need to take down some trees for this. I don't really have the hose yet. I put an order on that, so it should arrive within a day or two. But I'm gonna start with digging this place. So this is the maybe I should bring the logs with me with the excavator and just put them down here so I can reach as far as possible. So there's really soft already here, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to drive out to the water edge there without putting some logs here. Okay, so I gotta try to keep a depth of 80 centimeters to 1 meter. I think that is kind of a good depth to keep. So I gotta, 4 of these hoses are going to be used for the heating. This is for the electrical and the well I'm gonna dig later on. So I'm not gonna use this hose for that. I'll leave that, but those 4 are gonna be used. So I gotta start insulating, I think somewhere around here. So I gotta insulate all the hoses going there, because I guess in the future I'm gonna use this as a road getting back here. And yeah, a road is gonna shoot down the cold. So that's not good. So okay, so the mailman has been here dropping off some stuff. So the tube, 800 meters, got the liquid, 250 liters. This tube will take, I think it's 1 liter per meter, so 800 liters. But that thing is gonna get mixed with water, so I think the percentage was 28% of that, rest water. I also bought some hose insulation. So the thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to make something so I can lift this with the excavator, holding it up while pulling it out onto the sea there. Measure this. Well, the center of this is, yeah, around 1 meter. It's gonna jump out quite a, I think it's gonna jump out quite a lot when I cut this. But yeah, I also got myself a concrete mixer so I can construct the weights for the hose. I'm still waiting for the forms. I did buy some food forms to actually be making the forms with, so alright, so I found these pipes. I'm thinking I should be able to do something with this. It doesn't really have to be that hard. I mean, it's only gonna work one time, pretty much. But yeah. So, my plan is using that like so. I'm thinking about making 3 pipes sticking out. So, I guess I could weld this directly like that. But I mean, it would be nice being able to take this apart. I mean, when transporting it. Or maybe if I use it, yeah, maybe I need it in the future. I don't know. It's nice taking apart, just stuff it away. So yeah, so I gotta weld this pipe. So this fits onto this. Weld this to that and connect this to that. So I'm gonna start off by just splitting this pipe in 3 parts. guess I could use a guide instead. So my plan is to weld these on like so. I guess I could cut out a little groove here to make a better fit to the pipe. Check for the distance. I'm just gonna throw some color there. That's the rusty. The plan I have now is just using this pipe inside of this. So I think that's a good length I can get out of it. How long is that? So that's 150. When putting the tubing here, I mean the center is this wide with the tubing, and having this hanging loose from the excavator, I mean it's gonna swing, meaning that the piping is gonna go to one end or another, meaning that it's gonna get unbalanced. So what I need to do is I could weld up some smaller pipe pieces from here, just up here somewhere, just to stop it from moving around so much in here. So I mean it doesn't matter if it moves a little bit, but yeah, I'm just gonna drill this through and put a bolt there so I can take it off. I think that should be enough to hold the pipe. don't think it's going to escape on the sides there. It should stay put. As long as I put the barrier here so it can slide to the side. This thing needs to spin, so I'm going to have it on a chain. And I mean that chain can't be spinning around here, so I'm going to make some kind of mechanical swivel. I found these things that I'm going to use for this. So my plan is this. So this pipe I'm going to weld this washer onto. Then I'm going to weld this bigger washer that fits onto here. And then just a smaller washer too. I mean, it's just stabilizing things. I'm going to use this bolt. The friction is being here, so it's not really a big friction area. Got a lot of spins to do before it's tearing this pipe apart. So everything I've been welding right now is galvanized, so it's kind of hard. Keep my breath when welding stuff like that. I'm thinking about just welding a pipe here. At first I thought about welding a pipe like that. I was searching for some bigger pipe than this, so I can pretty much just make it adjustable in and out there. I didn't find one, so I'm just gonna make it like this instead. I mean, this should work just as fine. I mean, it should center itself, having it like this. I mean, there's a little chance it might climb up onto this, but I don't really think that. So I gotta paint this thing, just so it doesn't rust. So this thing, this is actually something I got sent by a viewer. It's a can shaker. Guess I can give it a test. guess it works. So I found a can of white paint too. This was intended for the rims of my compressor I did last year, which never got used since I bought other rims. Or did I? No, I never really painted those rims. I was meant to paint those rims, but I never did, so it's that. So I just got my forms for the weights. So this is just foot forms I'm gonna use. These kind of forms. I don't know if this is... yeah, this is... this is not the one I actually ordered. So this is 0.8 liters. The one I ordered was 1.8 liters. So these are kind of small. I guess these are gonna work just fine. They are kind of thick. So my plan is actually to use... also bought these. So these are made for zip ties. These small tanks. So the plan is to put concrete in this and then just put in one of these. So I gotta put the mixer together. This seems to be a lot of putting together. I mean, it's a lot of different parts. Well, it doesn't matter which way. I don't know about this instruction included in this. I mean, this is just terrible. Well, I guess I could figure out, but I mean, there's a lot of different lengths in screws and stuff like that. And you're just supposed to know where everything is going. So this is the pictures. Things included. Mount that, done. And then mount that. There's nothing about which screws is which. And then mount that. Then mount that on the next side. It's here's everything you're supposed to mount. I mean, there's not even a point trying to read this. So this was supposed to go into this. That much I understood. I mean, I must say the quality actually feels kind of nice in this, even though the instructions are terrible. Now I just need to figure out which of the screws I'm gonna use. I wonder if these are the same length. Yep, seems like so. here. Okay. So. This thing is in plastic. Feels like something that's gonna break. I guess there's a spare part for that. These are some really big Phillips. I paid 550 euros for this, if anyone was wondering about that. So yeah. So I'm gonna go and get some cement so I can make concrete for the weight. So I'm gonna do some test weights to see how this is gonna turn out. So plan is something like that. How deep is that? Yeah. And then just concrete in this and then like that. So one bag, that's 2 liters of water. I took hot water from inside. I mean, it's like 2 degrees Celsius right now. The heat is climbing. It's supposed to be a little bit hotter under the day, but I don't know, maybe a little hard. Let's try it. And then this just easier using the gloves for that. So we got below minus yesterday on the night, so I brought the weights in instead so they can cure inside. Kind of releasing the cell for the form. I mean, they look fine. So the concrete truck is actually coming. We're gonna do a last pour on the garage side walls. So I gotta bring me some forms and try to make as many as possible with the excess concrete there. So let's go do that. Yeah, so this is still soft. I expected it to be hard way faster than this. So the real reason why I didn't just use this concrete and plan for it was that I didn't want to stress when doing the edges of the garage. I kind of want to keep my attention to that, so that's why I never planned for this. But I mean, I got a lot of time right now. Everything is finished here, so I can do this. mean, it's still soft, but it's starting to get a little hard to work with, and the cold is really creeping in right now, so I'm gonna leave this as it is. This hose is kind of thin, 2.4 millimeters, so I don't want any gravel or stuff just rubbing against it. It's gonna get a hole quite easily in that. So it is kind of cold right now. I mean, it's been -3 and the sun just kind of came up, so this thing is kind of stiff. It's gonna be hard working with it, but gotta get a little hotter today. 5 degrees maybe. So what's the plan right now? If only I knew. So I'm gonna try to get this end inside the garage now. And when this end is in, I'm gonna start pulling the hose out to the lake. Guess that's the plan. It's getting a little stressful getting this down. The most stressful part right now is just getting the hose from there to the lake, yeah, so the dirt don't freeze here. I kind of want to cover this before the dirt freezes. It's kind of started to freeze already. this insulation is gonna go inside here together with the hose. I mean, there is room for it to slide. The only problem is that in the ending here it's gonna go up kind of much. So with that hose being that stiff, I don't know, we're gonna see how this goes. But I guess I could cut this off, it doesn't need to be that long. I gotta try to go with the natural bend here. So I gotta insulate it. I think this is the insulation line I gotta do, cause I mean this surface up here I gotta still drive on. So everything that's getting driven over or getting touched in the winter needs extra insulation to not shoot down the coal. Okay, so next step is finding a boat. I don't really have a plan how I'm going to do this. Just carrying the hose out, so I pretty much uses all the hose on the reel there and put the other end inside the garage, and then do the same thing with the other roll, so I can pretty much just start filling here before that freezes. And then well, we're gonna see what I'm doing. I'm kind of improvising here. I mean, it's my first time too doing this, so I don't have any answers. So that's where the hose is coming out. Yeah, 2 meters. You can really feel how soft the bottom is. So that part of the sea back there, that's more sand. Here it's just, yeah, well, goo, or what you would call that. Not really that deep here, but same here. It's just a lot of goo, even though the goo in here is kind of hard. But I think the hose is gonna give it a few months and it's just gonna sink down. See the roll same time. That's nice. The loose end back there, I don't want it to get thrown out on the lake here now. So I gotta go and tie that together. And think there may be a problem leaving it like this. It's already starting to dance. So, that should stay there. The distance I'm gonna get between the hoses right now, they're going to be a little bit too close. There may be some that'll lose effect just on this land side, but I mean it's kind of short. The plan was to insulate the return hose all the way to the water there, but I somehow bought a little insulation and there's no way I'm gonna get that in time now, so I don't really see it as a problem. It's just that it may lose a little bit of effect. This thing kind of want to wrap around itself before that. I mean, it's going kind of heavy, but it's when that gets twisted enough, that blue thing starts spinning. So. I accidentally kinked the hose here. Like that. Let's leave it like that. So the wind pretty much disappeared, so I feel that's gonna be easier. So what I gotta do is I gotta take this first hose and move it there, and then taking the second hose and moving it like I did with this hose. And when I sunk in that, I can take this hose and move that there also. It's much deeper there. That's the reason why I don't want it there. One more time, same thing. Okay, so I got the hose on land there. Alright, so the dark pretty much took over. There's a lot of ice build up now. It's been around -8 this night, so it's been incredibly cold. It's -1 right now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Conditions are not optimal. So, I mean, everything is just rock solid here. There's no way I'm gonna... Oh! It's kind of soft. And this side is actually kind of soft. Maybe I can get the hose down correctly. I mean, it's really soft inside the piles still. Just one more day and that's not going to be the case. It's supposed to be 1-2 degrees under the day now, so I mean it's something, but I mean this is the last call for doing this. Gotta connect these pipes together with this ditch here, because we're gonna start building the scaffolding next week, so this needs to be filled. But I'm like just gonna maybe put the pipe here, then it's next year's problem, but I'm just gonna do that so that's done, so when that freezes it's all good, and then I'm gonna keep doing this. leave it like this. This is good for now, for this year. So this is gonna be next year's problem. I think I'm gonna build some kind of drainage well here to the side, but I'm just gonna leave them like this, since in the spring there's gonna be a lot of water, and I mean the water can escape from this as it is right now. So. My plan right now is I gotta go out with the icebreaker here on a positive note. When it's, well, weather like this, is that it's wind calm, meaning that the hose ain't gonna float around. So what I'm thinking right now is that I'm gonna take the boat out and just straighten the hose where they're going to be and just anchor them to that point. I'm gonna take some weight with me so I can anchor it in the bottom. I'm just gonna use some string to tie it here. Let's not lose that. Break the ice up. It kind of looks like they're going in for a landing here. Oh, no landing here. Just prospecting the right away, I guess. Alright, let's leave it like this. So it's too cold casting outside right now, so I'm gonna do it here instead. minus side this night, but not as cold as yesterday. You can see that ice isn't really as bad as it was before. So I gotta pressure test the hose to see that it hasn't got a major leak or something like that. Yeah, the battery died. So I gotta, what is this? I mean, it's just a little bit over 2 bars pressure in this. So I'm gonna leave it like that. So I'll close this. These aren't thick. Oh, it's gonna be cold. I just want to feel for rocks, so there's not sharp rocks where this hose is coming. Got a little front over here. just gonna pull myself in, putting the weights all the way. And my plan is actually now that I gotta find someone that so I gotta connect the liquid, and I gotta find someone that can actually start the liquid to go in the hose. And when they're doing that, I'm gonna be out here just pulling the hose so it sinks at the correct place. So I'm gonna go and make the liquid ready to pour in the pipe and fill that up and mix it and make that thing ready so I can use. Yeah, so I gotta get this hose down today, that's the plan. I'm taking that one tomorrow. This thing has been holding pressure for almost an hour now, so this is not leaking anywhere. Kind of low testing pressure, but I mean it's still holding it. So the mixture is 29% of the alcohol, so we gotta go up to here. My uncle is gonna come here and he's gonna start this while I'm out there. So I'm gonna pull the hose with the boat as much as I can to get it in a straight line as I want it, and then he's gonna turn on the tap here, sending in the liquid. The hose is gonna sink. That's the plan, hopefully. Dra upp den där. Sen ser du, det kommer ju att komma från det här röret. Dabba, starta!
Okay.
Alright, so liquid is now pouring in. Rinner det sakta? Det händer ingenting.
Nej. Jag slutar porla här också.
Yeah, it's going really slow. Get a liquid in. I expected it to be fast, but right, so it doesn't want to flow somehow. I'm gonna go and check what it is. Alright, so I got this pump. I'm gonna try using that instead. I mean, I really expected the flow to just be in like 1 minute or two before starting to spray from the other pipe, but I don't know. So I gotta try pumping it in instead and see what's going on. No wind or anything coming from. There's nothing. I'm starting to think that I somehow twisted the pipe somewhere. That's my only explanation right now. So I've been trying for a while now, pushing in fluid with this, and it doesn't help. I mean, the level doesn't really sink that much, so I'm gonna start putting the weights on the other hose and see if it's the same problem in that one filling. But I mean, if I actually blow in these pipes, I can feel it coming out from the other pipe. So I don't know. I guess it's a kink or something. This thing here. Yeah, it's kind of quickly coming up from that pipe. So I don't know. But I'm not going to bother with this right now. I need to put the weights out with that. with that. I gotta start with the one I got here, just to see that I can. I don't know how thick the ice is right now. Stick to the ice. Alright, so I need to go and get some more weight. So I've just been dragging myself in with the hose and just putting on the weights here. So I need to go and get more. Alright, let's go out again. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this. So, haven't put any weight just on the hose here. I'm gonna do that later on. The first has sunk in there, and it's going kind of close in some places, but I mean, I just have to accept it is what it is. It's not much I can do about it, but I think this is gonna turn out really good anyway. If the effect isn't what I'm looking for, I mean, it's kind of easy just in the summer. Put on the snorkel and follow the hose where it goes. And just correct it if needed, or put more weights. Not really a problem. So let's go. I'm gonna fill it now. Hopefully this hose is filling easier than the first one. So I'm just gonna pressure test this first. This has been standing for a few minutes now, and yeah, it's holding pressure. It's no problem. no, same with this. No pressure at all. Is there something I'm doing wrong, or is that a clog in there? I'm just gonna make sure there's no plug in this. So it can pour freely. I kind of hope there's some kind of plug. Oh! Ain't coming in it. What's going on here? Wonder if that pipe is frozen. Yeah. Oh yes, this pipe is. I wonder if that was the problem yesterday. Oh, now I can feel the wind. Not really much, but I can feel it blowing. It's like a summer breeze in the air. Oh, now it's blowing. Okay, so that's full. Okay, so it's a few days later now. So we kind of got snow that's starting to melt again. It was just the first cold that came. Usually it's the first warning, and then it turns to, well, kind of good weather again, and then it's gonna turn into real winter. That's usually how it goes. Oh yeah. It's just goo here. I think all the hoses actually has sunken. There were some hose stuck in the ice there, but I'm gonna take one ride with the boat. I'm gonna return the boat to my uncle that I stole it from, so. So I'm gonna try and pump this thing through. So this has been resting for a few days now, and it's been warmer. So my guessing with this is that it iced up. So there's an ice clog somewhere in the system here. And I mean, the hose is now in the water. It's kind of, I mean, it's 6 degrees outside Celsius. So if there is an ice clog, it should have been gone by now. You can see it's not really that much liquid left. And I've deleted maybe 2 meters from this hose, so it's an... Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna go around the smelling party now. So since it's around 75 liters left, that means that it's 75 liters equals 75 meters to fill. And I kind of deleted maybe 2-3 meters of that. Oh yeah, 4 meters. So that's 4 liters off. But it's like from time to time it starts to come a little and then it stops. And then starting, stopping, and then it comes a little and then it's... I gotta put this copper onto this instead. That's actually working and pump the liquid around, getting the air out of that. So that is done. And then I'm gonna keep on messing around with this. Okay, so the ice is starting to go. It's just ice now at the shore here. So outside there's no ice. So I'm kind of certain right now there's a kink in the hose. Can't be a frozen plug or something like that. It has to be a kink. When I pull it out, it's somehow crinkled up and I pulled in it. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna follow the hose here all the way out. And I should find the kink there. Oh. Yeah. There we go. So this is out on 208 meters. Yeah, I can understand why there's no liquid going through that. I mean, it must have spun when pulling it out and then just... So... what do we do now? Look at this. The wind is really pulling. Yeah, that's in the bottom. Okay, that's tight. I hope that's the only kink that there was, but I guess it was. Right, there it goes. Okay, so leaving that hose with a cheap plaster coupler there in the lake, it just felt so wrong, so I had to go and borrow a plastic welder. So I gotta weld that hose instead and remove that cheap copper. One thing is using them, putting them in ground where they're actually standing still. I mean, in the lake there can be some pulling and tugging in it. And okay. I'll do this the easiest way. The problem with using that thing is that it pretty much just, the coupler heats up and melt the copper onto this, making it like a solid piece. But when it gets warm, it's kind of easy to twist that. You want to keep it straight. So I'll try to do that. Keeping it straight. So this is the coupler. So we're going to stretch this piece, make better contact. So this is how the piece looks. Contact. Okay, so just gonna scan the part. Guess I can scan this copper instead. Precise, let's just scan this. Alright, 53 seconds. Okay, so have you scratched the pipe? Yes. All right, now it's going. Now it's putting on some heat. I'll try to hold this as still as possible. You can see those two plastic plugs here are supposed to pop when it's finished. It's starting to move now. So, power's off. Now it's got the cooling time. So I need to hold this for 10 minutes. Right, that's done. That's a big relief seeing this right now. Finally. There's no visible hose here on the lake right now, so I think everything is sunken down. So that's good. lake is completely covered in ice. So there was no idea trying to cover this. This was just complete. The mud was so wet, so I just kept sinking it. So, I mean, I gotta let it dry up in the next summer and then just fix this. So I gotta keep on building the garage, and then I'm gonna install a heating pump for this. I guess we're kind of gonna jump forward a few months from here. Alright, so here's the heat pump. I guess I gotta wait with unboxing this. Yeah, there's some things to do left. So yeah, I need to build the wall. A lot of small packages. Here we got just an extra tank for the floor heating. Alright, that's just the front panel. This is also a panel. And some kind of expansion vessel. So I bought myself a bag filled with couplers. This bag together with the pipes I have, it was like close to 2,000 euros for all these couplers. And I still gonna need to include couplers. Got some press fittings. I never done press fittings before, so it's gonna be interesting seeing the simplicity of this. Oh, these are those. burn the pipes. How this system works now is that this liquid that's in the hoses here, it's gonna circulate. So it's gonna circulate into this. And there's a compressor into this that's turning that liquid into heat. That heat is gonna get transferred to water going into this tank here and circulate here. So pretty much the hot water from this is gonna circulate into this and back to this. And then from this, I'm gonna have a pump here that goes into the floor heating. So the water is gonna go in here, getting pushed into these hoses and coming back cold here and getting returned to the tank and get heated up and getting warm and get it pushed out to the floor heating there. That's pretty much the thing. I think this is called a buffer tank, just to get some extra volume. And this liquid here is constantly going to circulate into this machine, sending that liquid back to the lake. So, I mean, that liquid can be below minus. And the plan is, when it goes through all the hose there and coming back, it's going to be on the plus side again. And this thing is going to extract the energy from that. Now I just need to figure out where to put all the piping. How am I going to do it? I mean, as I said, I've never done this before, so I don't really have the thinking. If you've done something like this once or twice, you kind of, the first time is always the failure time. You see what you did wrong and then you get better at that. So I guess this is gonna be my failure time. But yeah, I guess I gotta figure this out. So this is the schematics for it. So this is pretty much the heat pump here. And here it's sending out the hot water. That hot water is going to the buffer tank there. And then it goes back to the heat pump. And then we got the buffer tank there. And that thing is sending out the water to the floor heat, and then it goes back to the tank. It's circulating like that. So this is the liquid going out to the lake, and I guess this is hot water maybe for the tap. I haven't really checked on that. But that's pretty much the build up for the system. So now we're just gonna make this stuff. I'm gonna put everything together, but I'm not going to press anything. And then we've got a little temperature gauge. Oh. Hot connections are here and the cold are on the other side. So I gotta need to turn this like this. Put the Come like this. This come here. So, what can we do? Yeah, 90. It's too tight doing that. I'm gonna put a 45 here. So, yeah, this can work. Something I forgot to buy coppers for is the pump. There's going to be a pump here. But I think I can leave that and cut that out later. Then a 9 is probably go with out there. Pipe is coming like that. Just that's the mark. So this fills out. Is it 2.5 here? So it's gonna have it straight. So for the heat pump we got that. So this is hot water going in and this is cold water coming back there. If I should go down here and do that thing, and if I should go just there and then down to the bottom tank there. So for the heat, I'm putting that. So this thing is coming somewhere here. So there's a overpressure valve here, and this is to keep the system pressurized. And then we're gonna get a. So this is automatic. That pretty much take the air out of the system. That's going together with this. I'm gonna come, yeah, on the highest point there. So I got these things. Those are meant to hang the pipe onto the wall there. I guess I can use 2 of them. Just put it like so and screw this part to the wall there. And then you get the perfect distance for 2 pipes. I'm gonna use 2 of them. There. Okay, kind of hard messing around with the full length pipe, but I'm gonna make this work. Yeah. Alright, so I just came back from town. I've been to fill my coupler stash here. I got a little lower on some couplers and I had to go there in some errands. My main goal was looking at some tooling at the same time for this garage, but well, that didn't happen. But I got some stuff I'm gonna need now. Okay, so this is for the pump. Okay, so I remade these couplers a little bit. I needed for the sea house there. I gotta continue there, so now it's this, where I should put that. I wonder if I can have it like on a coupler without having it stuck on the actual wall. That would be kind of nice. So I guess we can start with the return side. That's here. So that thing wants so well. So this is a special kind of, this thing has a magnet inside and some mesh to catch various scheiße that's going through the system there. Okay, so you can see this thing. So it's gonna just a mesh in there. And then here, it's just a magnet. So, yeah. Let's put it there. So we cut. Can we just go straight? Okay. So next step is hot water side. I'm gonna start here. So this thing, in order to be filled, it needs to connect from the cold water side. So the cold water is gonna come in this port here, and we need to be able to connect that. So I'm thinking about just putting a T-fitting here with a tap somewhere here. So when opening the tap, I can fill the entire system with water. Here. So what more do we need? That pipe is gonna come in, go here, into this. So this needs a breather valve, overpressure valve, a manometer, this, and a tank. So it's got pretty much everything needed. So this is the overpressure, so this thing doesn't explode. So yeah, this takes a smaller pipe, so I gotta need to buy that pipe. So that pipe is gonna go down here and just, yeah, to the floor there. Kinda could go so, or I don't know, I kinda like this more. It's like a little cactus fist there. Yeah, let's go with that. Something like that. Let's cut there. So I gotta put a valve here instead. Never really thought about that, but I guess that can be kind of nice. Like so. If you need to change this out. Okay, so let's plug the pump in here. So at first I thought about putting the pump on the hot water side, but the orientation for this is the flow is going that way. That would mean this is gonna be upside down, and I don't want that. So, but I guess it's actually preferable using this on the return side, since that is gonna be cooler, and I think that is gonna make the pump hold longer instead of pumping hot liquid. So I'm gonna mount in here. Okay, I'm gonna cut in here. See if I cut the line there. Oh, this was on the code. So my plan was putting actually 2 teeth fittings here and a breather valve on each side, since it's going to be kind of the highest point, but I only have one. I kind of bought the wrong one, so this have 2 small connections. So that's not gonna fit. So I'm just gonna put one, and I gotta put it on the hot side. So I'm gonna start mounting all the pieces now. I kind of realized this thing is coming here. Sitting here, and then this sitting here. So I'm low on T-fittings, so I'm not gonna press that now. I'm gonna need that T-fitting there. Use here, so I'm gonna finish this system. This system now has 2 separate hoses. So this is one hose, and this is the second one. These 4 hoses are gonna turn into 2. One pressure, one return. So I just gonna combine the return and the pressure. Doesn't really have to be that. You can have this as return and this is pressure. But if I remember correctly, I put more weight on this as it was made for the return. The return liquid is gonna get pressed out, and that thing will probably be, I mean, it's gonna be below minus, so it's gonna attract ice, and ice wants to float, so that's why I put more weights on this. I'm gonna use this as return. Yeah, might as well just use this return. Let's do that. So normally you would kind of put a flow valve onto this to actually set the correct. So when pulling liquid, you want the same amount to be pulled from each hose to get the best effect out of them. But I mean, these hoses are pretty much laid on the same spot and they are the same length. So it's not really going to be a pressure difference in this that I think I'm gonna need a flow valve to actually adjust them. Yeah, so I gotta put a valve like this for each hose, and if there's for some different more pressure in one hose and not in the other, I can just close the valve a little bit to adjust that pressure. And in order to know that, I could, when the system's been running for a while, I could pretty much just take the temperature, seeing the return temperature from each hose, and if that differs a lot, I can just close one to equal that temperature out. First one coming like that. This smell kind of gave me the flashbacks of the installation of these pipes. That was kind of a mess, doing that just when everything was about to freeze. Right, so we got this guy here. So, tap is coming. Doesn't matter which way. Like that. So then we got this guy here. No, maybe that this time, I didn't think about that. The T-fitting that's coming here is gonna be kind of exact. Yeah. Why didn't I think about that? So it's gonna come like that. A part of me kind of want to cut these hoses down, so I be like this low, coming in like here. The problem with that is just that if something goes wrong with the copper or something like that and I need to recut the hose, it's not really possible. Then it's gonna be down here, and that's just gonna cause a lot of unnecessary problems. So I'd rather go with a little bit of ugly here, having a lot of spare hose I can cut if I want. I'm still gonna make a box over all this. So. So this is the filling valve. Fill the system with. Like that. Just put the filling hoses here. Well, we need this here. Everything is gonna get insulated here. All the pipes later on, so that's what this box is for. So the expansion tank is gonna come. I think I gotta put it in the same height as the other one, just putting it sort of here. Alright, so I got manual breathing valves on these. So that's going in. This is going out. There. That's good. So Okay, so the return pipe is... So that's done. So my neighbor had some key fittings, so that's nice. It's back here. So I'm gonna put this valve here. Let's go in here. So I kind of matched up. this seam here is matching the other seam on the tank there, in the same height with that. I'm gonna put a valve here so I can change this if needed in the future, and I'm gonna put the pressure gauge here also. All right, now that's connected. So I got another one left over from the other that I didn't use. Okay. Okay, so it's time to bleed the system here. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see the temperature here. What the temperature is going to be when it's starting to pump in the liquid here. Seeing the return flow from the lake. How much degrees that thing is going to be. I'm really excited about that actually. Starting to come some air now. So I found this thermometer. I'm not really trusting that. So this is saying 1.4 degrees, while that is saying 2.6. I kind of trusting this more, but I kind of want to trust that more now. Yeah, so I've been doing this for a couple of hours now, while doing other stuff at the same time. So both the circuits are bleeded from air and should be good to go. The hose that's going down to the lake on the land side, I mean, that's over 200 meters of hose in total. So, and that isn't really dug down properly. I mean, when it's going down just to the lake there, it's pretty much open. That thing is pretty much stuck in the ice. I still need to fix that in the summer. So I'm gonna fill the complete area here. So I think I'm going to get next winter, when that's properly backfilled, I'm going to get much more better value than this degrees, I think. But I think this is kind of good. It's not on the minus, and it's working. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how much power this thing is gonna consume with the system. I guess that's, I mean, I already paid, I don't know the total cost of this. Haven't really calculated that yet, but it's kind of a lot of money in the system, so it's gonna have to run cheap to pay for itself. I mean, you could use firewood and stuff like that to heat this thing, but I mean, it's constant work doing that. I want something I can just leave. If I need to go somewhere, I can just leave that. No worries at all, it's just going to keep on working. That's not the case if you burn wood. It's kind of a lifestyle doing that. This has been tested enough. So there's no air in the system left, so I'm just gonna close this off. And I'm gonna close this off, leaving the system with a pressure there. So I'm reading if you actually read more than just this kind of picture here, the best way to breathe the system is doing this, as they're shown here. So here they show to put the refill valve on the pressure that goes to the buffer tank there, but here they shows to put through the return line that goes back to the machine. So I'm just gonna change this. So I'm not gonna have anything there. I'm just gonna go straight onto this now and put the filling here instead. So I'm gonna put this here. My neighbor had to help me out with some couplers here. He had some smaller pipes to fit. So this is a valve that has a, well, so the flow can't go the opposite way. So we're not opening this to fill the system. The system can't press back into the cold water there. So this is how the water is coming in here. It goes to this. This is gonna, yeah. I'm not really a big fan of how I made this. It looks kind of sloppy, so but I'm still gonna do this now so I can remake that. Okay, so the water is gonna come in there. So to get this valve, we need a reducer like it is right here. I could go, so if we remove that, I could put a T-feeding there and go straight over to this. Put that valve between here, and from that I could put a and then use this here. Flow is going that way. So, okay. Water is coming in here, and now I just can connect this to there. I can see the finish line right now. Now I just need to. So this is pretty much what I have left. So we're gonna work with that. An idea here. So that's coming there. I think. Yeah. So this is going to be the solution until I drill my well. Yeah, maybe a little bit too high. Or is it? I guess it's not the best idea having stiff couplers going straight for the pump like this. This motor may have a little twink when it starts, so it's gonna put stress on the couplers, but I mean, it's just temporary. Let's turn this on. Oh, there should be a O-ring there. So I'm just gonna take the O-ring from this. Should be the same here. pretty much ready for filling now. The only thing left to do is I need to close off this hole here. And the only thing I had was this breather valve. So I'm gonna put that there. Then when everything is as it should be, cold water is gonna be taken out here and hot water is gonna be taken out from this. And this thing is gonna get removed. This is gonna work here for now. Guess we could put it like this, have it properly. I'm kind of good to go now. So we're gonna start off by just filling this, the cold water tank and the hot water here. Then I'm gonna close that off and fill the entire system there. But let's just try, it's gonna be interesting. So this is a brand new pump. Even that, so it's leaking from here. That's our original connection. And from here, this is also the original connection. So yeah, I'm not really sure about the quality of this pump here. Okay, that's better. Doesn't leak now. So now I'm bleeding the system. We're manually gonna need to open this valve here. Seems kind of clean. So this should open at the red line here. So this is like much other stuff. This is just a temporary electric cable here, just so I can get the circulation pump working. Let's turn this off. So I just removed that so I easily can put these on. So this is just insulation for the pipes. I'm not gonna put that on the hose. I can put a pool noodle there. I'm still gonna, my plan is putting a box over this and put some insulation in that box. So pretty much this is still insulated, but I'm gonna do the copper stuff with this. So you know, a hot summer day, if you take out a glass of cold water, that glass is gonna start condensating on the outside. It's gonna be a lot of water droplets on the outside of the glass. This insulation here is here just to prevent stuff like that. Since the cold liquid is gonna get returned, that thing is gonna attract moisture that wants to sit on this pipe. So to avoid that, this insulation is here. So yeah, I'm gonna install a temperature sensor to put the buffer tank there. Okay, so the temp sensor is going here. Keeping an eye on that temperature. Here. These. So there's one more thing for me to install. That's the temperature sensor. This is going outside. The only thing is that this needs to be placed kind of a northern direction, which is pretty much that way. Both these walls are pointing to the south, and there's a big X in the manual placing this temperature sensor to the south side there. So since the sun is gonna heat this up and giving some strange values. I need to install the cable railing that's going up to the roof there before installing this. So I have somewhere to pull the cable. So I'm gonna leave this for now. But other than that, I would say this system is done. I don't really see anything more. Plug in the power and press on, and it's pretty much good to go. So the thing is, I'm gonna have a certified guy coming here. Hopefully he's gonna be here on Monday. He's going to go through everything I done, seeing that it's correct. And then he going to start this thing and putting in all the settings and stuff like that. to fit my needs. I'm gonna leave that to him. I guess, it's a good idea. Isn't a cheap system to, if I did something wrong, he can kind of find that and correct that. So yeah, and for warranties and stuff like that. So I'm gonna leave that to him. So I don't know. I will pretty much call this video done here. I am going to do a follow-up on this project though. When the snow starts melting, it's a lot of snow left outside there. But when the snow starts melting and the ground kind of thawing up again, I'm gonna fix everything here with the excavator, dig down the last part there when the land meets the lake, and I'm going to dive. I'm just gonna put on a snorkel and go after the hose, seeing how the hose is laying down there. I guess there's a lot of things I forgot to say about this, but just if you ask question, I'm gonna include when the guy turns this on in my next garage video, which will be in around a week after uploading this. So if you got any question, I might include them in the next garage video. So yeah. So a total of everything, how much I paid for everything, the complete system as it is right now is the floor heating, around 2,000 euros. All the couplers, 2,500 euros. This pump plus this buffer tank, I think the list price was somewhere around 14,000 euros. The hose, 1,700 euros. The liquid, around 900 euros. I guess I probably forgot some smaller cost. Yeah, the concrete that I used. Yeah, that didn't include the concrete and the food forms I used for the project. So yeah, but the leftover food forms kind of worked pretty good for food. Yeah, speaking about prices for all of this, you can get a lot cheaper than I did. A lot cheaper. There's more budget-friendly things you can buy to make as the same setup as I have. The only reason for choosing this pump as I did, if I build something else, I want to be able to power that thing from this pump. So whatever I'm going to build in the future here is going to be powered by that pump. That was my initial thought with buying pretty much the biggest pump they had. Hopefully before the next winter, I'm gonna build a heated slab outside the garage. I'm also gonna use this to heat that thing. Just when it comes snow and it's get wet and stuff like that, I just heat it and dry it up. This sure was an experience, but I'm finally done. It's so nice. It's so nice feeling that you're actually done with something. So the floor heating is flowing there and now. So yeah. I'm gonna return the next garage video. You're gonna see this running. So yeah. Thanks for watching.